These days, there are more banking options available to consumers than ever. One of the biggest decisions facing consumers is whether to go with an online bank or with your more traditional bricks and mortar institution. Both options have their advantages and disadvantages. Joining me to help answer some of your questions is ING Direct's John Arnott. And John, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Online banks such as ING Direct and HSBC obviously tend to offer customers higher interest rates on their savings. Why is this?
Well, banks that don't have branches, essentially they pass those cost savings onto their customers. So at ING Direct, we don't have branches. That allows us to give the benefits back to the customers. One of the ways we do that is through higher interest rates. Other examples are things like not charging ATM fees.
Security is an area of concern for many people in terms of their money, their savings. Obviously, it does scare people away from going online in terms of their banking. Are online banks covered by the same regulatory insurances as traditional banks?
So all Australian deposit institutions, all banks are covered by the Australian government guarantee, regardless of the channels they operate within. I think it's important to note that all banks take customers' money and taking security over customers' money very seriously. Technology is improving all the time, and we make sure that the security of our customers' money is absolutely important to us.
ING Direct currently has a program in place where it's engulfing the cost of using other banks' ATMs out there on the streets. More commonly, this is an area where online banks or customers of online banks do actually face some higher costs than traditional banks, isn't it?
We believe at ING Direct that customers should not have to pay to get their own money out of ATMs. Based on that, we are passing back the costs of withdrawing from ATMs. We're passing those benefits onto the customers, and we're absorbing those costs.
For consumers who are used to working online, obviously in modern day sort of office situations and settings, online banking is an appealing option. But for many consumers out there who perhaps are a little bit afraid of how computers work, and I of course refer to the older generation, they do find it all a little bit too difficult and daunting. What do you do to try and increase your customer base?
I think what we're seeing today with customers is they're not just using the one channel. A lot of people are using internet banking. Internet banking is actually not in decline. What's happening is mobile banking is coming on very quickly. So people are actually using multiple channels now to do their banking. Of course, they're different by different generations, but we are seeing a more fragmented use of all the different distribution channels. It's no longer just one channel, one customer. Customers have much more choice, and they are choosing to engage with banks in different ways and multiple ways.
What about customer service? A lot of people like that face-to-face customer service that you get from a traditional bank, especially when it comes to their own money. How do online banks counter this?
I think traditionally the face-to-face was certainly very important. What we're seeing today is customers are becoming much more confident dealing with digital channels. You look at traditional products such as mortgages, you would never, 5 years ago, you would never have even thought about buying that online. Now customers are actually looking to buy those products online. They don't need the reassurance that they're getting from a face anymore. They're much more comfortable with the digital channels. The digital channels are becoming much more user-friendly, and they're becoming much more comfortable using those channels to buy those products.
The line between, online and traditional banking is becoming a little bit blurred with those traditional banks offering online services to their customers. Do you think that this offers online-only banking institutions a disadvantage?
I think what's important is banks really follow the customer. Customer trend is certainly moving towards digital. We are seeing a decline of more physical banking channels. If you look at cash, it's in decline. You look at ATM withdrawals, they're in decline. Consumers are moving towards using online means and digital means to access their money and to buy their products, and it's important that banks move with the customers.
Do you feel that online and digital banking will exclusively be the way of the future?
I think it will never be one channel. I think customers will always want access to a range of channels, depending on what they're looking for. But I do believe that as customers become more confident with using digital channels improve. The security concerns are addressed, and as the younger generation comes through, I certainly think there'll be a stronger trend towards online channels moving forwards. Yes.
John Arnott, ING Direct, thanks so much.
No problems, thank you.